Our next speaker needs no introduction at all. He's the most humorous, the most dynamic, the most witty professor of IIT Gandhinagar. Sorry for being biased to the others, but let me call upon stage the most beloved professor of all the engineers over here, Professor Ragavan.
Good evening to all of you. I have just a piece of this paper. Okay, this guy, Mr. Sheshadri, he has been continuously warning me you have to stop at the end of 10 minutes. Okay, so I don't want to look at him. Uh, okay, so because he was saying that he will show 1 minute left, 30 seconds left, and so on. Right? I don't want to look at you. Okay, okay. I have this paper. Okay, um, today I'm somewhat nervous. I really don't know. Uh, So to encourage me, every now and then you keep laughing. It may not be laughable, but keep laughing. Uh, Please clap every now and then. It may not be inspiring, but please. Really, I'm very nervous. Uh, last UDAAN, Professor Puri was sitting next to me. UDAAN was supposed to start at 7 o'clock in the evening, but it got delayed by 1 hour, as usual. Right. Uh, and he said, okay, then instead of 11 o'clock, it will go up to 12. Right. No, there are some people who speak more than the assigned time. Who is that? It's me. Then for 5 minutes talk, they will speak for 15 minutes, 8 minutes talk, 25 minutes. Today it is 10 minutes. Uh, 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 so then he said, Dr. Ragavan, shall I tell you one thing? You have to um, you have to um, speak according to the timeline. I was very much disturbed. I took the paper and I striked off many items. After that, it became 25 minutes. Okay. So today I decided not to speak any person before. That's why you might have seen I was always alone because somebody will upset. And this guy has already sent an email only to me. Uh, you have to speak for 10 minutes. Only to me, right? So in a college, I was asked to give a talk, uh, emerging trends in electrical engineering. Okay. So my first statement was the energy in electrical form is the most useless form. Okay. HOD introduced that he's a great person and let's learn from his experiences. My first statement was the energy as such in electrical form is the most useless form. You see, light, sound, heat, mechanical. We don't directly take electrical power. There is a socket. Okay, let us take some 200 watts. We don't do that, right? So we have to convert that useless form into some useful form. When I was talking like this, it's for faculty members. Those faculty members were disturbed and they say, "Hey, kahan se aaya hai?" Right? So I could hear that actually. I have problem with my ears. If somebody is talking there, I could hear that. Okay. Uh, okay. Then I was asking, "Can I get some water?" Pani aa raha." Okay. They were not considering me as if I am against electrical engineering. They were not considering me. Even I was not getting water. Then I understood the situation. Then I said that. Uh, See, electrical energy, that form is most flexible form. If you want to transmit mechanical power, you have to take care of the alignment. Whereas if you want to do wiring, you need not worry about, the electrician need not worry about that. So it's most flexible form. After that, I was getting some water actually. Okay. So what I got from that, no, fact may be different, but you have to speak what they want to listen. Okay, it's not sufficient that you tell the fact. You have to speak whatever the audience wants to listen. Whether that is a fact or not, that's a different thing. In a first year class here, I generally speak about. I might have told that I speak about three people. In the first year class, I spoke about spoke about Nikola Tesla. he invented induction motor. I was proudly saying that induction motor is one of the top 10 inventions in electrical engineering. All the students were very much happy about that lecture, but one first year student stood, sir, you said one of the top 10 inventions in electrical engineering. Could you please tell what are the remaining 9 inventions? See, this is a first year course and you are having just 30 hours in this semester. I know a lot of things, okay? If I keep on talking about what all I know, then this 30 hours may not be sufficient. Can we take this discussion offline? Right? But whenever when somebody says no, can we take this discussion offline? That will never happen actually. Okay. And it never happened in that case also. In a class for this out graduating batch students, one time I was asking a very basic question and there was an incorrect response. It's okay. And few more students also gave incorrect response. Then I made a remark, oh, many people are giving incorrect response. God only knows what I taught. Okay. When I said God only knows, some girls were looking at me. How does this guy know that God is from a male gender? It could be goddess also, right? So I could understand the situation. Then I was begging, please don't just send an email to faculty at the rate iitgm.ac.in, staff at the rate iitgm.ac.in, students at the rate iitgm.ac.in, and CC2 director. You have selected a faculty member who is from a male dominated society. What kind of selection it is yours? Okay. Obviously, director is not responsible because I was selected by IIT Bombay. Professor Ajay, please don't mistake me. So it's okay. Um, Fortunately, no such email was circulated. I think my apology was seriously considered and no such email was circulated. I'm afraid of three things. One is tsunami. I'm from Pondicherry and I studied in Madras also. So that time there was tsunami episode. And the earthquake, I'm afraid of that. Um, Before coming here, I was seriously afraid. Then when I came to know that Professor Sudhir K. Jain will be the lead and he's from earthquake engineering background and the campus will be taken care. Seriously, I was thinking all that. Um, but the third thing is, okay, tsunami, I came out of that because I'm not in sea surrounded area. Earthquake is also taken care. But the third thing is this electronic mail. I'm seriously afraid of this email actually. If you count how many emails I've circulated so far, it could be uh, 3, 4. If I say to all, okay. So I'm afraid of email. Okay. I was asking few questions to a student. One question, second question, and there was not response. But then I was asking the student, "Why don't you respond? Why don't you try?" Sir, I came here for learning, and I have not come here for answering. Okay, you just do your job. I am doing the job of learning. Don't ask questions. Okay, okay. Uh, there was a summer school. Summer school means faculty members and generally faculty members do come. One time, Professor Amit Prashant introduced a new trend where both faculty members and students are invited from different institutes. From the same institute, faculty member and student. Right. So I made faculty member and student sit next to each other. Right. So it was a competition. Okay, faculty member was struggling. He or she could not see the neighbor because the neighbor is a student, right? If I ask you some question and they will have to respond. The last day it was a feedback session and I made a kind of debate. Actually, it was very interesting compared to my sessions for the remaining 11 days. That was very interesting session. One student made a remark that why our faculty members are not teaching the way it's being taught here. Okay. Then one faculty member from the same college came forward and said that don't compare us with IIT faculty members. Then it was a kind of a debate going on. So then the student said that I know that you are capable of doing. Actually, the student was very confident with his faculty members. Faculty members may not be confident about themselves, but the student was very confident. And the faculty student said that you are really capable of doing up to the level of IIT, but you are not interested. Okay, there is a difference between the capability and not having interest. Uh, but it was a kind of fight. But finally, he made a remark after that. Everybody kept quiet. Sahi rasta dikhaiye. That is what the student made. Sahi rasta dikhaiye. After that, everybody kept quiet. In one class, one PG course, PG students were there, and some of our BTech students were also there. It is connected with this graduating batch electrical engineering students. One day, one student said, "I want to have water." He went out, but he was not coming even after 15 minutes. I wanted to continue, but since he was not there, I was waiting for a long time, but he was not coming. Then I came out of the class and I was searching for him. He was talking with a sweeper. You are doing a good job, this, that, all that. Okay? That is a Munna by MBBS effect, actually. Only thing is, he was not hugging. I think in that movie, that person used to hug, but here the person was not hugging. If he would have been hugging, then Professor Amit Prashant will say, "Oh, you are copied, so you have to go back to the previous year." Okay. So. In VGEC campus, that's the place where I mean, of course, it's applicable for other people also, stayed more time. Every day I used to go, one security guard used to salute me, okay, because I was going by car. Because there is a myth that people who are coming in car, they are powerful people. Actually, we know the fact actually. Um, Everybody used to wish me. One day evening, I wanted to have coffee. I was crossing the gate. I was going that side, and he was sitting in the chair. Um, okay, he was smoking. Um, um, he did not consider me at all. That time only I understood that so far he was saluting my car and not me. Okay. Then I went and told him that I am the same guy whom you used to wish every day. Oh sir, galat ho gaya. No, no, galat nahi hua. Whatever has happened so far, that was a mistake. Whatever is happening now, this is the correct thing actually. So he was saluting my car and not me. Right. Summer school. In the inauguration time, there is a popular speech by some eminent people here. Um, our dean said that you can do anything in this campus, whether you come to class or you don't come, we will not be bothered. Right? But he was not knowing what I will speak in the class. Actually, he might be saying in the inauguration like that, but he will go. But when the faculty members and students came, I said I will take attendance. One faculty member said that no, in the inauguration it was told that we can do anything. See, in English, there are some words where letter will be silent, right? For example, iron, whether you call it as iron or iron, we call it iron. Okay, R is silent, right? In IIT Gandhinagar, in sentences, some words are silent. Okay, you tell me what he said. You can do anything. Yes, between any and thing, there is a word right, which is hidden. You can do any right thing here. Okay. But that faculty member was not really convinced. Okay. Then then I have to go to one more step. I was very serious actually. I have to go for one more step. See, you will be here for how many weeks? 2 weeks. A person who is going to be here for 2 weeks is having this much freedom of doing anything. A person who had spent hundreds of weeks here, how much freedom that person will have, right? Who is that person? That's me. Okay. So 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 after that he was very regular, and he was the first person who entered the class. Okay. Sometimes it may be needed actually. Maybe there is a difference of opinion, but this is how I deal. Okay. um, okay, today I did not speak about that person. Okay, our director. Right. Right. Actually, I brought some photographs also, thinking that there will be projector I could project. Sheshadri, where is a projector? Okay, okay, fine. Um, some photograph of his photograph I brought, but there is no facility here. So, in the last academic year, 15-16, I did 6 courses in that year. First semester, I did 2 courses here and 1 course in IIT RAM. I used to travel from VGC every day. Whenever there is a class, I used to travel 20 plus 20 kilometers, 40 kilometers. After I came here again, in the next semester also, 2 courses here and 1 course there. So I used to travel 35 plus 35 kilometers, 70 kilometers whenever I used to have class. But for getting approval, I went to director that they are requesting me to teach a course. I'm excited to teach the course. Then first semester he approved, and second semester he was not happy. Okay, he was saying that you are always interested in holding mic and speaking. Okay, so whenever you get an opportunity, you keep talking. Okay, I'm not happy already. I'm not happy with your busy teaching load, and you are asking permission to teach a course in another institute. This is not a correct thing. It's a mistake, all that. See, you do anything, you scold me, anything, but at the end you please sign, please. Okay, so I can sit here for a long time, you scold me. I did not say beat me. I'm very careful actually. You scold me, I will listen, but at the end you please sign. Okay, so finally he signed. He understood, okay, this fellow, and he is also having some soft corner for me. uh, I think so. Okay, he says that he doesn't have soft corner for me. It's a one side love. Okay, so it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Um, Finally, he said, I want my colleagues to learn through mistakes. Yes, signed actually. You say anything, okay? I don't care, okay? So I want my colleagues to learn through mistakes. He signed. Salary revision, okay? This salary, at least for government employees, I say it's being hiked every now and then. Sometimes, no, the DA arrear, whatever has happened arrear, that is also coming. It's a huge money. You don't know how much it is, but it's a huge money. It's actually bringing a kind of a disparity in the society. Somebody is getting 2 lakhs, somebody is getting 2000 still now. It's not really a good trend. So I met Professor DP Rai to tell him that somehow it has to be stopped. Actually, I feel it's huge. So is there a way? Can I write a email to Mr. Narendra Modi? Uh, you can do that, but after that, what will be the consequences? We do not know. Whether you will be attacked or killed, we don't know. Okay. If you want to do it, do it. But if you still feel that the salary is more, why don't you transfer it to my account? Okay. I said, you are the richest man in the campus. Okay, it doesn't look like that, but yeah, he's the richest man in the campus. Whenever he goes to his hometown, so many people, some 50 people will come and stand in front of me. In movies we see, no, so that kind of thing. Yes. In a summer school again, I talked about a mischievous boy. Initially I was asking the audience, how many of you are mischievous, were mischievous? But there was no response actually. Then I told a story. There was a guy who was very mischievous. School could not handle him. He was thrown out of the school. He was there just for 3 months. He was thrown out of the school. Finally, he became Thomas Alva Edison. Okay, whatever education he had, it was through mother. So, if a guy or girl is mischievous, there is a possibility that the person could become Edison-like inventor. Now you tell me, how many of you want to be mischievous? Then many people were raising their hands. We want to be mischievous. So far, I told you a story where 5-year boy, if the boy was mischievous, he could turn into Edison-like inventor. I never said if a matured adult becomes mischievous, what will be the consequences? Do you still want to raise your hand? Then they drop their hands actually. Okay. One graduating students, BTech final year electrical engineering, when I was teaching in the last year, one day he took a knife in the class. Seriously, he took a knife in the class. It's very, it's not safe to be in the classroom. He took a knife. I was afraid. What are you going to do? No, sir, I'm going to cut apple actually. He took an apple also and he was cutting apple actually. Because I told in the class, except smoking and drinking liquor, and one more thing which I will not tell now, um, everything else is allowed in the class. So whenever I enter, people go out. Sir, I will bring tea. I'll bring biscuits. I'll bring, and they used to bribe me also. They give one biscuit. Okay, I can't ask. Why are you taking biscuit? Sir, you are also taking biscuit. Okay, so this guy was cutting apple. Okay, sir, those are all junk food. They are eating junk food, so this is healthy. Okay. Oh, healthy. Okay, let me also take one piece. Okay, I was also taking. So one question I was asking, one another student was responding. Then I said, okay, if you give a correct response, earlier I used to tell I will give chocolate, I will give pastries. But that time onwards, some wisdom came. I will give you apple, and this fellow was staring at me, and I transferred the apple also, and finally I paid him. So how much is that amount? I paid that for that apple. Actually, selling fruits in a market is okay, but selling fruits in a classroom, it's a different trend actually. What business schools teach, whenever there is a demand, you have to how to meet the demand. Okay, but what this student was teaching, how to create a demand actually. Alright. So I'm very proud that such business techniques are emerging from my class. I'm very proud for that. Seshadri, last one. Actually, this one, no, with just 20% of what I wanted to speak. So, because he was continuously warning me. Um, I was selected for Excellence Award in teaching. I was very proudly saying to my son, I'm selected, you have to listen to me. Okay. He said, Hut. I really don't know the meaning. Okay. He's good at Hindi, but I'm also good at Hindi, but not his level. What is that hut? Okay. Um, okay. No, I think you are scolding me. Give me an explanation, okay? Why you are differing in the opinion? Give an explanation. He said, what is your course? Electrical machines, okay? He knows that motor generator do come in that. If you are talking about motor and generator, why students are laughing in your class, right? Because he has seen some of my video lectures. That means you are not teaching in the classroom. And they are talking about giving an award to a person who is not at all teaching, because why students are laughing in the class, right? Because in max class I don't laugh. I used to be very serious when I used to see when the teacher will go out. So then it was not given, it was just a selection, no? So I went to director, I tried my best not to accept the award, because there is a serious problem if I accept the award, right? Sometimes, no, this uh, uh, brand name, award, promotion, and if I have to speak for students, high CPI, it could go against us if there is no substance, right? So there has to be a match between what is my level and what I am getting, right? Sometimes we will be excited to have such award and promotion, but we will have to do self-assessment. Is it do we really deserve? So it can go against us. Uh, all the best. Thank you very much.